Hello and thanks for joining us. I wanted to speak about two things, Brexit and the Australian federal election. With regard to Brexit, Britain left the EU just a couple of weeks ago now, and what is clear is that this is not a repeat of the 2008 banking financial collapse. It's not another GFC in the making. What we are seeing is insurance costs slightly increasing, which is to be expected, and we are seeing volatility in the share markets and the currency, especially in Europe and the UK. What it does mean is you'll probably be able to go to England again and pay less with regard to your pounds in the future. But what we don't know is how this is going to pan out. It's going to take time. It isn't really going to affect Australia much. I think it's more psychologically going to affect us, but we'll just have to wait and see. But I didn't want you to worry. We don't see this as a global financial crisis in the making. With regard to the Australian federal election that was held last weekend, even though the result is not clear, what is clear, sadly, is the Australian people are unhappy with the major political parties and their leaders. We are seeing even more independent people get up and have their say. What it does mean is that on the 3rd of May, when the government put forward all these proposals in the budget affecting the economy and especially superannuation, that this information is going to have to go to a new Senate. Now, this new Senate was Turnbull's big gamble to have a double dissolution government and replace the current Senate. He's probably got a more toxic Senate, even if he does in fact get in and form government, which is probably likely, but it does mean that the passage of legislation is probably even going to be harder to achieve in the future. So we will watch with interest as to what happens with the election and how any changes that are proposed that affect us will actually wash through. We will plan accordingly, but we doubt that a lot of what was actually proposed will in fact come into law. And just behind me here is a battle scene in July 1863, where you have William Barksdale charging the federal lines at Gettysburg, and just after that painting was made, 5 federal sharpshooters shot him in the chest and his chest exploded. So if you think you're having a hard day, think about Barksdale. Cheerio.